Good morning. Welcome to JP's morning brief for August 25th, 2026. Thank you all very much for tuning in. Hopefully, y'all have a great day. 73 degrees here in Copper's Cove right now. It got hot yesterday, and it's going to get hot again today. Last time I checked, oh, wait a minute, we're still in summertime. All right. But hey, a lot going on today. I got some stuff here. I know I'm going to spill over until the JPA report, and I may have more spillover during that one too, because I got to leave about 15 minutes early because I'm going to go to another ballot draw. I hope y'all like the short I put up yesterday. It was only 1 minute 54 seconds, so it's a pretty good little spill going on there. But yeah, they got like over 300 views on that thing. That was something else to see. Um, but so I'm going to go do it again this morning, this time with the school district. Uh, you know, I'm wearing my perfect shirt for learning. Okay. Uh, Man, what was I watching yesterday? Fox News at night. Yeah, because I put it on my Facebook. Nick Shirley, the guy that discovered the Leering Center up in Minnesota, uh, he he has a new shirt out, and you need to go look at that thing. It's on my Facebook, but it says California Republic, and it has a bear standing on a pile of money. It's hilarious. And I put on my next T-shirt because my wife kind of shot across the bow that she's like, oh, that would be a cool T-shirt for you to have. So I think I got permission, but gotta wait I gotta wait to get paid on Friday. So until then, it's a want, not a need. All right. But okay. So welcome to JP's morning brief. If you're not already a follower of the channel, please click that click the bell and go down and hit the word follow, and then right after that, hit the thumbs up button for the podcast and make that thing turn green. I know I got one follower. One more like out there because I got my daughter Rachel to hit the like button. Matter of fact, I want to see if that thing refresh. It didn't. Wow. Maybe it's just not showing mine. All right, no big deal. And then after you hit the like button, if you want to get involved in the chat, go for it. Right now, I don't have anyone in there except for me, and usually Ricky Kovite for life. He jumps in, but he may be sleeping in this morning. I know this is just a brief for 30 minutes. I know he gets in for the JPA report. But that being said, we got that out of the way. The armament shop. So, whatever whether you're looking for your first firearm, upgrading your setup, or need expert service, Jason at the Armament Shop is Copper's Cove's premier source for all things shooting. Browse our wide selection of pistols, rifles, and shotguns, backed by top-tier gunsmithing for repairs, along with reloading supplies and professional cleaning to keep your firearm in peak condition. Need a transfer? We make FFL transfers fast, easy, and affordable. Need your CHL? Jason can handle those classes. He has over 3 decades of experience. Visit the Armament Shop today at 115A West Avenue D in Coppers Cove, or call or text 254-560-2023, or visit www.armamentshop.com. That's www.armamentshop.com. The Armament Shop, your safety, our priority. All right, and get myself set here real quick. So, there we go. All right, so the Iran update. So new sanctions targeting 5 Iranian areas were announced yesterday by the Secretary of Treasury, Scott Bessent. They include digital services, technology, gold, aviation, and shipping, and in any country that trades with them also. So the concept of this, the five pillars of destruction is what I'm calling them, is to strangle the rest of the Iranian economy so it collapses without having to kill more people with bombs and bullets. This is uh, how they can just push it over the edge. Two-way street. We can push them over the edge and they'll capitulate, or we can push them over the edge, the government collapse, the IRG takes over, and they'll have the same situation as post World War One Germany. So you got to be careful on the way you progress with this, okay? And we have to be ready to help out the Iranian people, not the government Iran, okay? Next, there was one. Now there's two. I just saw on TV. There's been two vessels attacked in the Strait of Hormuz again this morning. Um, Iran is dismissing the sanctions that the U.S. is putting on them. The Secretary of War, Pete Hegseth, says the U.S. is not ruling out resuming military action. There have been 71 vessels redirected, 3 have been disabled, and 2 have been boarded. The Houthis attacked a Saudi Arabian vessel in the Red Sea yesterday. And all right, the Dow Jones yesterday was up 140.15 points. Dow Jones closed at 53,417.16. West Texas Intermediate crude is trading at $82.63 a barrel, and the Brent crude oil, which is the benchmark for the world, is trading at $89.79 a barrel. Okay, that is your Iran update. All right, now for my announcements. First one is for day after tomorrow on the 27th of August. We have Pints and Politics in Gatesville at Rancher Steakhouse at 6 p.m. Ricky, Covite for Life, told me he wants to go to that on Thursday, so that'd be great. But that's at 6 p.m. It's located on the corner of 84 and 36. If you're from the Gatesville area or anywhere in that area, you know where 84 and 36 intertwine. You know where Rancher Steakhouse is. Chip Howe is the facilitator, and he'll be there about 6 o'clock. My next announcement is for Saturday, August 29th. We have the Coryell County Republican Party Patriot Range Day at the Holly Gun Range. It's $20 per person. Shoot all you want. If you run out of ammo, the armament shop will be there and will sell you more ammo. All right. And then we have the cottage just in case you need to heat up, in just in case you need to cool down. Plus, we're going to have a quick CEC, Coryell County Republican Party meeting at noon. All right. So that's going on there. The next announcement is for the Monday, the 31st of August, the West Side Conservative Coalition at 6 p.m. at Papa's Cafe in Harker Heights is going to have their monthly meeting. Get there at 6. You can order some food, sit down. Meeting begins at 6:30. The next announcement is for the 3rd of September. Is in Pints and Politics in Belton at the Dead Fish Grill, 6 p.m. This is the best one. So this is the one you need to come to. Facilitator is Chip Howe also. The next announcement is for the Tuesday, the 8th of September, here in Coppers Cove. We will have our monthly social. Okay, 6 p.m. at Giovanni's. The goal of this one is to get some local school board and local city council candidates to come here and give us their spill on why they need to be elected. So that's at 6 p.m. at Giovanni's. Be there or be square, right? And then the last the last announcement I have is for the 26th of September, the Coryell County Republican Party annual fish fry at the Texas Station Event Center. Tickets are $35 a piece or $60 for a couple. Starts at 6 p.m. 2 keynote speakers. The first one is Pete Flores. He's the senator from here in Texas, SD 24. And then we have the chairwoman of the Republican Party of Texas, Dorinda Randall. She's going to be speaking also. If you need tickets or want tickets, right, go back to the description of the podcast on the bottom. You'll see tickets, fish fry. Okay, just click on that big link. It's like 5 lines long. You can click on it, and it'll take you to the Anodot, I think it is, and you can buy your tickets there. You can buy a table, you can buy tickets individually or by the couple, make a donation, stuff like that. All right? So those are announcements. And just, I'd say it a lot. You can't say it enough. The reason for these announcements is not if you live in the state of Washington or the state of Maine, right, or the state of confusion, that would be elsewhere that's liberal. Republicans, when they get together, they stay together. When you get engaged, you stay engaged. But if you don't know where Republicans hang out at, you'll be all by yourself. And this is a chance for people to get out in their local community, either form a small organization like we have, like the West Side and the Coppers Cove Conservative Club. We call it the 4 C's. This is your chance to form something, look out for them, just like we do here in Texas, okay? But when Republicans get engaged, they stay engaged and they vote. And that's what you need to do. All right. So that is announcements and the Iran update. And America 250 will be during the JP8 report. All right. So big news out of the Supreme Court yesterday evening in an unsigned order that went out from the Supreme Court, right? That usually comes from the Chief Justice's office, right? Oh, woman, no, it wasn't As You Were. I could have sworn, okay, I printed this off this morning, but I was reading last night and listening to the news. They said it was an unsigned order, but I don't understand that. In a 6-3 decision, the Supreme Court handed the Trump administration a victory on Monday, allowing it to enforce President Trump's election integrity executive order restricting mail-in balloting ahead of November elections. The High Court lifted an injunction that it had blocked the order in 23 states that challenged it after the administration appealed in July. The Post Office and the Justice Department said they would immediately implement the revised mail-in ballot restrictions after the ruling. Most immediately, the ruling clears the path for the U.S. Postal Service to check its distribution of mail-in ballots against a list of citizens maintained by the Department of Homeland Security, but it also a significant political victory for the President Trump as it advocated against the widespread use of mail-in voting, citing what it believes is heightened vulnerability to tampering and voter fraud. And most recently, the president slammed what he called a suspiciously high volume of mail-in ballots cast for Cynthia Rahman in 2026 LA mayor race primaries. And he's quoted, okay? They don't have voting booths. Everything's by mail. I don't think a Republican can win in California unless you pass the Save America Act, President Trump told Fox News. They're going to have to get rid of mail-in voting. Like many onlooking conservatives, Trump pointed out that after election night, the vast majority of Democrat votes had been for Cynthia Rahman, creating a delayed outpouring of support. I mean, to me, what are they doing? Holding back their ballots until, oh, it's 4:30. Let's go vote and throw it in the mail. That don't make sense. It don't make sense at all. So, but what it is making sense is you got states that, California included, they mail-in ballots to every single residence, every single adult in those residents. And what happens when people move, right? And they they get 2, 3, 4 ballots in the mail, and everybody knows it's illegal to vote on more than one ballot. But if they're not enforcing those rules, you can get duplicate ballots turned in different names, and people if you get a residence that you get 10 different ballots, 10 different names at one house, and there's no procedures in place to verify that's the right one, you got a problem, right? And you got ballot dumps. This is a measure of preventing voter fraud from happening. All right, that's what it's all about. Um, Man, that's a very good ruling. There's more that can be done. So what the post office is going to be doing is verifying the person that's receiving an official ballot in the mail is the person that lives at that address, and that said person is a U.S. citizen. That's what it's doing, right? But it's a huge win for the president. Uh, Unlike the delivery method from John Thune for the Save America Act, oh, they haven't passed the Save America Act. That's why the president had to go to the Supreme Court. Go figure, right? All right. So what's happening today? So two big things happening today, right? Election wise. You have the runoff election in Oklahoma for governor and one of the congressional seats. And you have the special Senate primary in California to replace, not appoint, but replace Lindsey Graham's name on the ballot for U.S. Senator for November 3rd. Remember, like in Maine, they appointed a new candidate to replace Graham Oyster Boy Plattner, right? But in South Carolina, they go back to the voters and let them approve who they want to run for the Senate November 3rd. All right. So, but in that case, so it's Darlene Graham versus Ralph Norman, right? Yesterday, again, President Trump went out and said, "It is my honor to welcome now Senator Darlene Graham Nordon, the sister of the late great Lindsey Graham, from the wonderful state of South Carolina, into the Oval Office. We have known each other for a long time. She's a spectacular person. She's a true American patriot. Lindsey was one of the greatest people and senators I've ever known, and his sister shares his deep love for our country and the state of South Carolina. During her visit, I asked Darlene, for the good of our nation, run for the U.S. Senate in the special Republican primary on August 25th, 2026. She accepted, as there is nobody better to honor the legacy of her brother, Lindsey. Darlene, who comes from an absolute incredible family, has been a winner all her life and has my complete and total endorsement in this special election in the U.S. Senate in South Carolina. Get out and vote for Darlene. She'll never let you down. President Donald J. Trump. That was from the president yesterday. The caveat with that is South Carolina's Republicans will return to the polls for the fourth time since June to replace the U.S. Why would it be for the fourth time? Okay. Graham, who won the Republican primary for renomination for the for the CD1 in 2002, but his unexpected death on July 11th from an aortic um, tear created a vacancy not only for the current U.S. Senate seat, but also for the party's pick for a complete another 6-year term. The finalists, the Republican nomination, are Graham's sister, Darlene Graham, who was appointed to serve out her brother's term, and U.S. Representative Ralph Norman, a 5-term congressman who ran for governor in the year and replaced, who placed third in that primary. And now he's second place in the primary for the Senate. Graham placed first on the August 11th primary, but fell short of the majority to avoid the day's runoff. She got 33%, and Norman got 25%. Russell Fry finished third with 20%, and he endorsed Darlene Graham. Two caveats. Ralph Norman is the House Freedom Caucus, and I know he means well, but he's been in a thorn of the side of of Speaker Johnson for a while. He was instrumental in getting Kevin McCarthy kicked out as being the Speaker of the House. And then he's 73 years old. I mean, his conservative principles check out, right? But he's 73 years old. That means he'll probably be a one-term senator. That's all. He'll be almost 80 years old running for re-election. We have too many super senior citizens in the Congress, in politics in general. We have younger people out there, but we have these people that go into office and they stick around until they push tulips and stuff. Okay, and this is our chance to get a younger Republican into the United States Senate. I can't vote for her because I'm in Texas. We have our own race that we're pursuing here in Texas, and I'd say vote for Ken Paxton over the other guy. All right. 6:52 already. So quickly, you know what? I'm going to cover this more this morning, so I'm going to just glance over. So in Alaska, Alaska is ripe full of corrupt politics, as you might say, because they got ranked choice voting now, and ranked choice voting is was Lisa Murkowski's invention to help her avoid going through Republican primaries, because she is not really a Republican, if you know what I mean. She's more of a Democrat than a Republican, even though her dad was a Republican. So what they did this last time around, she's not on the ballot this time, right? But Senator Dan Sullivan is running for re-election against Democrat Mary Peltola. So how do you dilute the vote from the Republican? Well, you find another Dan Sullivan to run against him. Oh wow, they did. And this guy, he he's always voted Democrat. Re-registered right before he could file, like 2 days prior. His name is really Dan J. Sullivan, but he's put his name on the ballot as Dan S. Sullivan, same as the U.S. Senator trying to get reelected. The primary happened a couple weeks ago. The real Dan S. Sullivan, finished second. The fake Dan S. Sullivan came in third place with only 2.5% of the vote, right? And then it comes out yesterday that Dan A. Sullivan, yeah, there's another one elected in Alaska. This guy came out and endorsed the real Dan S. Sullivan, and the U.S. Senator Dan S. Sullivan. So we got 3 Dan Sullivans that are involved in politics in the little bitty state of Alaska. I'm talking about little bitty as in population, not size, because, you know, they are twice as big as Texas. All right, but not as good as us Texans. But yeah, so Dan A. Sullivan endorsed the real Dan S. Sullivan yesterday, not the fake Dan S. or Dan J., however you want to pronounce his name. And then I have this. I got this from the Federalist yesterday, right? And it was talking about the history of how they got ranked choice voting going on, and how they manipulated the vote through the favor of Lisa Murkowski, and it's screwed up the entire voting system in Alaska. So much for that. Like 2 years ago, they tried to do away with ranked choice voting. It barely failed the rescission. This year, they're trying again. They think they got it. Elon Musk has already given $1 million to the campaign to throw out that flawed communistic type system of a voting that they got. Matter of fact, it needs to be outlawed in Congress. As a matter of fact, it needs a constitutional amendment doing away with that form of voting. Man, we're already running out of time. Hold on, let me get set up here real quick. If you're watching this, don't forget to hit the like button, please. Okay. Get set up for the raid because we're going to send this to Vince in just a minute. Copy. Okay, let's finish strong. Okay, so I went over this a little bit yesterday. Oh, did y'all know Congressman Lame Duck, Congressman Al Green introduced articles of impeachment against President Trump again yesterday? You know what? I don't know if they said how many times. You know what? I'm gonna have to do that. So how many times has Al Green tried to impeach President Trump? I'm gonna do a Google search on that when I'm done here. The other thing is the Senate Leadership Fund. I talked a little bit about this yesterday. They have over $500 million that they have raised to go against the Democrats in the fall election, the November 3rd election. That's on top of $300+ million the president has in his war chest. That's on top of money that Elon Musk is going to contribute, $200 million. So we got things coming in. The real thing is to get personal donations from the average Joe and Jane out there that want to contribute to political campaign. If you're running for office, you have to be ready and able to say, "Would you please donate to my campaign?" That's the only way you're gonna fund you. Some people, like you got some of these very wealthy people, it's no big deal to them, right? But when you're down in my level, on the city level, you can't spend your life savings on your election because you'll never see a rated return on it. Because like on a city election, you get paid $25 a meeting to go for 3 years, right? And if you're on the school board, you don't get none. So, why are you going to spend $4,000, $5,000 of your own money to get elected? You need people that support you to help fund your campaign. All right. There's my public service announcement for this morning. All right. So I'm getting ready to do the raid to go on over to Vince because we got about 40 seconds till he begins. So I hope everyone has a good morning. I will see you in 1 hour. Hopefully I remember to do the Al Green search, but I'm going to try. So I'll see you in 1 hour on the JP8 report. Thank you very much for tuning in. Let me initiate this raid right here. There we go. So, hey, this is James Pierce. I will catch you on the flip side. I'm out.